What's going on, Sunshine? We're going to go ahead and get into your message. Jealousy brings a curse upon their head. Now, how this title comes about is because last night when I got done with your divine guidance message, Spirit told me to go and read the story of Cain and Abel. So, as I'm going to go read the story of Cain and Abel, a few things stood out to me in that story. Cain is the firstborn. And like with most of the firstborn children, I'm sure Cain had a lot of responsibilities. Had to look after his younger brother, had to do more chores than his younger brother. And if you read that story, you will notice that Cain was actually the one who kept the flocks. Now, when it came to his offering unto God, he actually offered God fruit. Abel, being the younger of the two, like most babies in the family, they can get away with just about anything. Okay. But Abel was in charge of planting, tilling the earth. So we know that Abel has a green thumb. Okay. But when it came to Abel's offering unto God, Abel offered the firstborn of his flock and then received favor from God. Once Abel received that favor from God, and you know, favor is not fair, Cain got upset. Cain was pissed off about it. And it was written all over Cain's face because God turns and asks Cain, why are you mad? Why are you angry? And Cain was angry because he didn't receive recognition for his offering. But see, Cain also lacked accountability. Cain lacked self-control because in that story, God tells Cain that he's already knocking on sin's door. So it sounds like Cain don't turn nothing down. There's a lack of that self-control, and it sounds like a little indulgent behavior. So instead of Cain taking his anger and frustration out on God, he decides to take it out on his brother. He cannot control his anger. So he ends up killing his brother and he ends up trying to hide it. He actually lured his brother, right? So as I'm looking at that story, I start to realize that it is the work of the individual's hand, the one who is jealous, that brings the curse upon their own life. Somebody is not able to accept the fact that you get the recognition or the support that you receive. And that jealousy brings a curse upon that individual's head. Not only that, Cain also had a real smart mouth because God asked Cain, where's your brother at? And Cain said, am I my brother's keeper? I'm supposed to be keeping up with him, basically. When let's be honest, we all know the firstborn usually looks after their sibling. But instead of admitting to what Cain had done, Cain decided to be a smart ass like, well, am I my brother's keeper? And because of the jealousy, because of the anger, because of the lack of self-control, because of the fact that Cain was knocking on sin's door, Cain brought the curse upon himself. But because Cain does not have accountability, you could just imagine that he would blame Abel for the fact that he has a curse upon his head. Cain also dealt with that victim mentality, right? And not only that, God cursed Cain, and he would be restless and a wanderer for the rest of his days. So that's a lack of sleep. That's constantly wandering, being lost, never having purpose. As soon as an individual starts something new that they have been excited about, all of a sudden they lose passion for it. Not realizing that an individual has cursed themselves because of their jealousy, because of their lack of accountability, because of their lack of self-control, because they cannot accept the fact that you have favor over your life. And we all know favor ain't fair. Even when Cain killed Abel, he did not get rid of the real problem, which had been him all along. And even when he got rid of Abel, it did not put him in favor with God. Even if somebody tries to get rid of you, baby, even if somebody tries to stop what God has ordained you to do, it does not change the favor nor the calling over your life. It just brings a curse upon that person's head. Okay. Let's get into your message, boo. What is the message for the viewer, Spirit? Jealousy brings a curse upon their head. Clarify the message. You have somebody feeling vulnerable. You do have an individual who they are trying to change their manipulative ways. You got somebody feeling exposed. Bottom of the deck. God intervening. Pregnancy. Okay. And a female soulmate. This person is intimidated. So God intervened in someone's life. God foresaw some things that were going to take place that were not for individuals' highest good. But I feel like that person may have ignored the divine intervention. They could have ignored what Spirit was saying to them. I also feel as if someone may be trying to get pregnant. Okay. This could also be someone wanting a child with a specific person. Now, I do feel as if some of you guys could be dealing with a co-parenting situation. You could be dating someone who may be trying to co-parent. And I feel like that relationship at times could leave you feeling a little uncertain, especially when it comes to your relationship with your partner. There seems to be some type of baggage that comes along with the relationship, and it's not necessarily the children, but it could be who this person is trying to co-parent with. You're not sure whether or not your person is manipulating you. If that is your situation, they're not manipulating you. Somebody is definitely dealing with some mental health issues. Okay. And be careful of someone trying to play off of your emotions. Let's find out about this vulnerability. Dealing with uncomfortable situations. Okay. Silence. It's like there is an elephant in the room that somebody is needing to address. I also feel as if there could be two individuals in a room and one could be ignoring the other person. Okay. Yeah. There is some deep-rooted issues, some conflict that is needing to be addressed. Okay. But nobody is saying anything. Nobody is wanting to express how they feel. Nobody is wanting to be vulnerable. This is also a situation I'm picking up on where somebody walks in a room and they see someone that they don't get along with and they don't say anything. It's like they ignore that person's presence. And again, it feels very uncomfortable, very uneasy, the energy within the room. Okay. Releasing. So when something got released, some type of information, it caused the individual to like be frozen, silent. They had nothing to say. Family. Somebody is also letting go of a family dynamic. Mhm. I do see someone walking away from familiar relationships, but they have no one to run to. They're feeling conflicted. This person seems to be withdrawn. Mental health crisis. Clarify mental health crisis. Bitterness, beauty. Okay. Somebody is thinking that an individual may be bitter. Okay. Somebody has been giving you some mixed signals. I see you keeping your thoughts to yourself. Mhm. But who is this that thinks that you were bitter about the way things turned out? And if this is that situation where an individual is walking into a room and nobody speaks to them, everybody is just silent, I feel like someone in that situation is bitter. I'm not sure if it's the person walking in the room or this person that feels vulnerable when another individual walks in the room. So if you was the one walking in the room and there was other people in there and it gets silent all of a sudden, there is someone within that room that is feeling bitter. I also feel as if somebody is like, damn, this person is extremely beautiful and they are bitter about that. You're a beautiful person inside and out. I also feel as if an individual who's going through a breakup, they may end up seeing their ex, but these two are not speaking to each other. And the other person is like, this bitch thinks she too cute. She thinks she look good. They seem to be bitter about the fact that you refuse to speak to them. This individual could also deal with some mental health issues. And I do feel as if you may have released that relationship because you got tired of being manipulated. Mhm. Now, someone that you may have unfriended or let go of because they were being manipulative, this person, because of your silence, you have them feeling vulnerable. I feel as if when it comes to the mental space, this person, their thoughts are all over the place. And they are bitter because you are attractive. I feel like this person tried to utilize their charm on you and it did not work. Mhm. You're giving this person the silent treatment. Look at this spiritual rank. You don't have anything to say. And for some of you guys, that is because of your spiritual rank. And it also makes other people uncomfortable. Your silence speaks volumes. Baby, you are held in high regard in the spiritual realm. You have the gift of hearing voices. You also have the gift of receiving messages from other realms. Mhm. And I also feel like for some of you guys, The fact that you are silent about your spiritual rank, it leaves someone else feeling uneasy. Even if you don't talk about the fact that you have spiritual rank, just this person being around you, their demeanor changes. They begin to feel insecure. They begin to feel as if their flaws are on display. They just feel very uncomfortable around you, and so they get silent. Mhm. Babble brain readings. Now, I do feel like an individual is going to end up releasing, this could be a recorded message, but I feel like it's going to be somebody's personal recorded message. And I do see some of you guys releasing individuals who are utilizing spirituality as a way to attack others. Hmm. And here you are sleeping good, getting your beauty sleep. I do feel as if someone could end up taking like a mental health care day. I do feel as if for individuals who could live together, you could be frustrated that someone in your home, it appears that they are like lazy, they don't want to get up and do anything. This person just stays in their room or stays in like a very dark room. I feel like this individual could be dealing with some mental health issues. Somebody could also be dealing with depression. Mhm. Bottom of the deck, scammer. So you are seeing through the facade. For some of you guys, you've come to the realization that an individual may be trying to profit off of you. I do pick up on someone who could try to steal an individual's identity, and be careful of fake accounts. Like you may start to receive a lot of friend requests, or someone could be utilizing a fake account to communicate with you. And if you are a messenger or you give readings, when it comes to that story of Cain and Abel, this would be like one reader trying to purposely tear down another reader in hopes of them having favor, the favor of God over their life. And just because they try to tear down that other person verbally, it still doesn't get them that favor that they are looking for. Because you got Babel brain readings. Okay. And Jasmine Sullivan is stuttering. Hmm. But I also am picking up on highly intuitive individuals who have seen the truth, who can recognize when an individual is utilizing their platform to tear others down, to try to confuse others. For some of you guys, you may be releasing those individuals that you're tired of them bullying other people intellectually. Now, here you are, you sleeping good, but Cain is dealing with some mental health issues. The Cain in your life, they're constantly thinking about you, and this person is bitter. Here you are, you're getting rest. Mhm. Some of y'all have been listening to readings while you go to sleep, or you start playing the message and then you end up falling asleep while the message is playing. Mhm. That's a confirmation. Yeah. I do pick up on someone having some breathing issues. I also feel as if someone could have poked their finger, or either somebody checks their sugar. Your confirmation that this message is for you is if you poked or checked your sugar on the left middle finger, and then on the right ring finger. Okay. Yeah. Somebody is going to release an individual's personal message. Somebody is trying to expose an individual. This could be on a social media platform. But I feel like it would be the individual who gave the reading that would be releasing or trying to expose someone who got a reading. Yeah. Hmm. That person is wondering how they gonna pay their bills. Somebody is stressed and worried about money. Yeah. This could be between now and the new moon, the second or third new moon. Okay. I'm also picking up on an individual who is bitter because you still look very youthful, right? You look good. You know you look good too. While this person is thinking that you look good. And as they are thinking that, they begin to start dealing with a lot of resentment, anger. This individual could have also said some very hurtful things. Okay. You next in line for a miracle. That's the song that's playing. The next song right after that is God Favored Me. Yeah, Glow, good and plenty. I love God. I thought emotions. Baby, hold on to me. No greater love. I will endless love. So somebody thought that you was gonna be in your feelings. You next in line for a miracle because God favored you. Didn't I just say? What did I say? Abel had favor over his life. You hear this song that's playing? You're next in line for a miracle. It's Shirley Caesar. Let me show you your playlist. Okay. You're next in line. God favored you. Yeah, Glow. Good and plenty. I love God. I thought emotions. What's up, H Town? Okay, Spirit said H Town don't get paid to think. I'm not sure what that means to one of y'all. Somebody was getting paid to think or for their ideas. Y'all got a breakthrough coming. The journey. See, this is about you earning your keep. This is about all of the lessons you have had to go through to get to where you are, which is how you achieve your spiritual rank. Bottom of the deck, expectation. Mhm. And right after that, child. Somebody could have been expecting you to respond to them in a childish manner. But when we look at the story of Cain and Abel being the younger one, this lets us know that there is someone who may have had more experience than you, more time at accomplishing or working on their goals, mastering their skills. And here you are, you're younger, you're new to something, right? New to the game, new to the job, first year student in college. You start a relationship and you've been with this person, for a little time, and they've been dealing with some issues within their family, or with their co-parenting situation, and you come right in and you solve the problem. And someone is upset, someone is bitter because they couldn't figure out how to solve the problem. They can't figure out how you learn something so quickly. But they didn't realize, baby, that you have favor over your life. Some of you guys, you start a new project or a new job and you catch on to the information that they have been giving you real quick. You could be the type of person, you see something one time and you can do it yourself. People could have called you scammer. People could have said you was lying. Oh, you must have took some shortcuts. You ain't doing it the right way. You can't be that good. You can't be that smart. How is it that you can meet this person and they've been dealing with this problem for years, and then you come into their life and all of a sudden you got all the answers, you help this person out and they change for you? Why you? You gotta want them for what they got, they money. You gotta be promiscuous, right? You gotta be a scammer. So baby, they ain't know who your daddy was. Look at this, Abba. They ain't know who your daddy was. Come on, man. Look at this. Real love. Real love gets no respect. You are seen as a fallen angel, and somebody trying to portray this image of you being a fallen angel, their spell is going to backfire. The things that they say are going to backfire. Okay. Mm-hmm. Some of you guys could have 10 years experience. And the experience that you have, it puts you in a position where you are held in high regard. And that leaves someone else feeling vulnerable. It leaves them feeling insecure. Because of your experience. Just like Cain. Cain been like, I've been tending to the flock and I've been watching my brother till the soil. You know, I'm going to offer God the fruit. Thinking that because he was the oldest, because he offered God fruit, that he would receive that favor. See, Cain can't manipulate God. Cain can no longer manipulate you, which is why you have that releasing energy. You don't want to be around that person. You're releasing that energy. You don't want to be around anyone who will possibly manipulate you, abuse your trust, or throw things back up in your face. Conversations that you may have had with that person in vulnerable times. The pathway. Your journey brought you to spiritual messages. Some of you guys, the things that you experienced before you even started connecting to spiritual messages left you feeling vulnerable. And you didn't come to spirituality to be manipulated or to be a victim. Look at this wealthy man. Somebody is trying to profit. Profit. There's a masculine energy who is trying to profit off of someone. Mental health crisis. Death card. Someone may pass away in their sleep. Bottom of the deck. For some of y'all, this is somebody that you work with. And this is someone that was a scammer. Mm-hmm. I also feel like when you decide to end a relationship with someone and you decide to heal and get your rest, that person may threaten suicide. They could be very angry. Also, about the passing of someone in their family. Mm-hmm. Somebody keeps thinking back to how beautiful someone was at their service. It looked like they were sleeping. And I feel like since that funeral, this individual has had a hard time of dealing with their emotions. This person is dealing with some type of bitterness. That's a side message. Mm-hmm. The journey, the path that someone has taken, it leads to this coffin energy. And it also helps when it comes to a shift in your mental perspective as well as your mental well being. You could have felt self conscious in the beginning of your spiritual journey. Some of you guys sat back and you didn't comment a lot. You did a lot of observing, you listened. And some of the things that you may have heard could have caused you to feel vulnerable. But I feel like it also helped you to learn who you were as a person. And it equipped you for the journey, for a time that's going to come where you are taking the lead. You are secure with your spiritual gifts. You trust your intuition more. God favors you. They attacked your character, but God favored you. Mm-hmm. Hmm. You've changed. Some of y'all in the very beginning, you used to let stuff worry you. Now you can sleep with peace. And the fact that you can sleep with peace about this situation, it causes another person to feel better. Somebody who was scamming may end up passing away. Somebody who wasn't being honest may end up passing away. And for some reason, some of you guys may take it to heart, even if you know that person was a scammer. And for some of y'all, you may find out the curse upon Cain head leads to somebody could end up having some heart issues, passing away from some heart issues while they sleep. But I also feel like there is bitterness in this person's heart. And if Child. Hold on. I don't want to, because I don't want to say that. So I'm going to ask the Lord. Lord, do you want me to say that? Child. Ooh, child. Lean back. The terror squad. Baby. Lean back. It's a new day. So, all I'm going to say is if somebody has been scamming in YouTube land, they got to answer to God. If Cain tried to kill Abel, tried to stop Angel, okay, tried to stop Abel, tried to cause an early ending to someone's life, their heart was full of bitterness and envy, and they used their platform to tear others down, to release um, personal things about individuals, personal messages, because they swearing up and down that they want to try to prove to someone that they didn't alter some information or whatever the case may be. They are going to have an encounter with God. Okay, and we're going to leave it at there. Because you got the coffin here, and then the bottom of the deck is the graveyard dirt. And right after that, look, the next card on the other deck is scammer and toil and labor. This is somebody that you work with. This is somebody that you have tilled the land with. Mm-hmm. Clarify the journey. Spiritual rank. Page of Swords. Immature communication. The gossip. There could have been a lot of gossip and immature communication with others along the journey. And for some of y'all, it got to a point to where you just made the decision not to say anything, not to address an individual, right? The fact that you made that decision, it shocked individuals. People automatically thought you was lying because you wasn't expressing how you felt. But I feel as if God instructed you not to say anything. It's like God holding your tongue. You remaining silent, not telling your side of the story, left other people feeling vulnerable. I'm also picking up on an individual who is learning about different ways uh, or different spiritual ranks and different ways to ascend, different ways to acquire that spiritual rank. Mhm. Releasing Babel Brain readings. Some of y'all are noticing just in general in spirituality how things have changed, especially those of y'all who have been around for years and you can't be manipulated. It's like you can go and listen to someone's message, or even if this is just like on a TikTok reel, you end up seeing it and you're wise enough to know individuals who are taking advantage of others and trying to take advantage of you. And that's not going down. You didn't seen a lot when it comes to spirituality. You've earned your stripes. Look at this. 5 of Wands. Didn't I say in the beginning, releasing somebody, all they want to do is fight. They want to argue. And you know, God is not the author of confusion. Some of y'all could be watching an individual fight. Somebody's fighting over a message. And I also feel as if someone could have been trying to cause conflict, whether this is cause conflict amongst readers, or a reader trying to start some issues with other people over some readings, or being very indirect in some of the things that they say, but the reading having a lot of subliminals pertaining to someone that they clearly don't like. Some of y'all, you releasing competition. Somebody also sees the individual as competition. Cain sees Abel as competition, which is why Cain felt like he got to get rid of Abel. And some of y'all, you don't have to manipulate an individual if you want to fight them, or if you don't like them, or if you want to compete with them. This is someone, when they get upset and they argue with somebody, they very childish with their approach, with their words. I also see somebody watching like individuals on a video fight. So it could be something like that baddies thing, or like a social media reel where individuals are arguing and fighting. Mm-hmm. Nine of Cups, bottom of the deck. Somebody felt like they had to fight or intimidate another individual to get what it is that they want. Some of y'all been pulling your own cards and doing readings, and your cards have been telling you that it's time for you to release an individual who you keep bumping heads with. That person is very immature when it comes to y'all communicating and being on the same page. And even when it comes to your relationship, God said he is not the author of confusion. You confused, and you got to see how your partner feel by looking on their social media page. You know God didn't send that relationship. May 8th is significant. Okay. Somebody could be born in 58 or 85. Someone is also born in October. Okay. 1010 may also be a confirmation. There's two endings. And I also feel like for those of you guys who have been rising in rank spiritually, you would have been experiencing like some sensitivities. You could have felt vulnerable. You could have felt exposed. Um, you could literally feel shifts or changes when it comes to the physical. You could have experienced numbness or tingling sensations. You could experience a lot of chills. And another big part of that spiritual rank, or you rising in rank, was you kind of being more silent and less vocal about things. For some of you guys, you don't know who to talk to, or what to really even talk about, or how to express what it is that you are experiencing through that spiritual rank. For some of you guys, you've been looking up like ascension symptoms. I just feel like something is on 10, some type of emotion or feeling that you could have. But I also feel like it is an ascension symptom. And the higher that you rise in rank, the more that, yes, there are things that you could comment on, but you choose not to. You choose to remain silent. Somebody's name could be Rain. Okay. Someone is also trying to make it rain. Someone who does not have the spiritual rank. Feel like this person can't figure it out. Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in reverse, dealing with some mental health issues. Someone is also, someone is being very nitpicky when it comes to finances. Okay, very frugal. The Chariot, Ace of Swords, Cancer season is going to be significant. Okay. Someone also micromanages everything. I also pick up on someone who keeps a knife in their vehicle or some type of sharp object. I also pick up on someone who's supposed to be sharing a car with someone, or let's say this person co-signed for a car for an individual. It's like they would take the keys from this person when they get upset. Okay. I do feel as if someone may end up receiving someone's vehicle after they pass. And look at this, Temperance, Angel, bottom of the deck. An ancestor's grave. I'm also picking up on an individual taking some things to their grave. I do pick up on someone who got a life insurance policy or extra car insurance policy out on. This could be their significant other, a child, a family member. And I'm also picking up on a earth sign individual who is bitter. Somebody is choosing also to make an individual's life a living hell, is what I hear, instead of moving on. Now, if a earth sign, if you have a car or co-sign on a car with the earth sign, and this person tells you that like they're gonna leave you the car or something like that, you may find out after this person passes away that they actually didn't leave it to you. They left it to someone else. And it seems like there's a masculine energy who is very bitter at this individual's funeral. They feel like they should have just moved on. They feel like they put up with a lot of shit from this person. And it's like this person would never be around long enough, I guess, for them to get what it is that they want. Somebody's name is like Rhodes. Somebody could have an N, a T, a R, a D, or a S. First, middle, last initial. You may end up seeing a funeral procession or like a funeral car. And that's going to be a confirmation that there is an earth sign around you who's dealing with some mental health issues. This person is also having to deal with some bitterness. They may be bitter about the passing of someone. And if that's the case, this person is trying to move on from that. But the truth is that individual is still hurting. Okay. All right, sunshine. Jealousy brings a curse upon their head. And we see that someone is jealous because of your spiritual rank. Okay. And some of you guys are releasing that individual, especially if you've been pulling your own cards or listening to readings. And there may have been some things within the message that at one point in time you couldn't understand, but at that moment, it wasn't meant for you to understand the information the spirit was pouring into you. I feel like when things manifested, that's when hindsight is 2020, and the individual realizes what that babble brain message or reading or what it was that spirit was trying to communicate to them. Now, again, like I said, if someone is intentionally trying to utilize their message to uh, tear others down, to bully other people, to expose others, that's definitely a Cain energy. And it's like jealousy brings a curse upon that person's head when it comes to the individuals that God favors. Okay. But if you've been pulling your own cards, Spirit has been telling you who and what it is that you need to release. Release the need to compete, to feel conflicted, to feel like you have to fight with someone. If you believe that you are being manipulated by an individual, it's time for you to release that person. And some of you guys who actually have personal readings may be going back and listening to those personal readings, because I do feel as if there are some things that have manifested, and at the moment when you received the reading, it hadn't manifested. So you could have been like, oh shit, I'm being scammed. I don't know what the hell that person is talking about. But if you go back and listen to the message, it's like you realize what it was that you were dealing with or what you were fighting along the journey, what your battle was. Okay. All right, sunshine. Make sure that you are focusing on your mental health and emotional well-being. Make sure that you are getting enough sleep. Okay. You look good, you feel good. And I do feel as if there's a need to be careful of bitterness. Okay. Do not harbor bitterness in your heart. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, boo.